And the main event of the evening is now we're back into near Pick'em land as we've got Marlon Moraes taking on Henry Cejudo, the vacant 135-pound title, formerly in the possession of TJ Dillashaw, is up for grabs here. Cejudo plus 100, Moraes minus 120, but Moraes on a startling run since he joined the UFC roster.
Yeah, former World Series of Fighting champion. I think he's like 17-1 in his last 18 fights or something. In his past 3 fights, he's finished 3 of the top 10 guys in this division in the first round. He submits Rafael Assunção in a rematch in the first round, and he just completely starched Jimmy Rivera and Aljamain Sterling in less than a minute, both with head kicks. Literally made Sterling have to leave on a stretcher. It was brutal. And on top of that, I mean, he's training over there in Jersey with Mark Henry and Frankie Edgar and them. So he's going to be prepared to deal with some wrestling. He's a very complete fighter. He looks like an action figure, and he's also mean. He's just a mean, driven competitor that is going to show up on weight, and that's going to be ready to fight. You don't got to worry about where Marlon Moraes is in his head. Cejudo, though, is a lot of the same thing. He's a born competitor, doesn't know how to lose. He's a born winner. Olympic gold medalist, as we all are. He reminds us every day about. He's the flyweight champion. He's got a knockout win over TJ Dillashaw. He's got a unanimous decision win on the books against Demetrius Johnson, which was a controversial and very close fight, but nevertheless, he managed to do that, which is saying something. You throw somebody in a cage with Demetrius Johnson, and at the end of the day, you walk away with the gold when you take his belt from him. Even if it's controversial, that's saying a lot because he was just wrecking everybody. He's going to be moving up. I think he's going to be very comfortable at this weight class. I think he's the better wrestler, clearly. But I think the difference is going to come down in this fight is going to be the firepower. Once again, I just think Marlon Moraes is going to have a little bit more firepower than Cejudo. And I don't know if he's going to get Cejudo out of there, but I think that he wins the fight. And I'm definitely leaning toward Moraes. I think Moraes is going to be a tough guy to take the belt from once he wins it from any of these new competitors, whether it's Petr Yan or Pedro Munoz or Corey Sandhagen or Aljamain Sterling, or I think any of them are going to have a hard out against Marlon Moraes at this point. So I got Marlon Moraes becoming the new Bantamweight champion.
It's hard to argue with what he's shown, and Cejudo at plus 100. A lot of people are picking him. Basically, as you stated, with his pedigree, a lot of people feel he's got champ, or he'll be the next champ kind of person here as he grabs the Bantamweight title. That's what's on the line at UFC 232. That's what's on the line at UFC 238. And I'm Miguel Dorati, joined by our ace MMA analyst, Devin Miller, to make picks for the ESPN portion of the card and the pay-per-view card this weekend. The fights are roughly 24 hours away at this point. We'll see you after the fights.